Hey, how's it going? It's Richard Kuo. So today we're going to talk about how to overcome video game addiction. So I received a question from Well F Man on YouTube, and he asks, Mr. Kuo, do you have a video about how you quit video game addiction? I really need help. I used to be very active in my studies, basketball, family, church, girls, but lately I've been in a state of professional help, and I know it will also hurt my chances of getting into med school if I don't change. I don't want to hear from a professor or a therapist. I just need advice from someone that went through the same process up here. First of all, just to fill those people in who have not seen my previous YouTube videos on video game addiction, for me personally, I have struggled with video game addiction in the past, and I've had moments in my life where I would be playing 10 to 12 hours a day for weeks on end. And I've had periods in my life where I've spent 6 months straight just playing every single day. If I'm not in school, I'm playing video games. I'm definitely a lot more balanced, and I'll explain a little bit more about that later if I remember to. But either way, let's dive into the question. Well F Man asks, how do you quit video game addiction? First of all, the most important word in video game addiction is addiction. What does addiction mean? Addiction is the physical or mental dependency on a substance. In this case, it's video games. And honestly, it doesn't matter if you're addicted to video games, sex, porn, alcohol, food, drugs, even watching Netflix. All these addictions are kind of the same thing. We are addicted. We're dependent on these things. We're dependent on playing video games, and we're stuck in this area because we don't want to face a certain something in our lives. We don't want to feel the pain of having to think about what's the next step in my life. I don't want to study for this exam. I don't want to face my problems. I don't want to think about, what is the purpose of my life? And that is why we are dependent on video games as a means of escape, so we don't have to think about these things. Well, F Man, I want you to know that so many people, I believe everyone who's addicted to video games has the same exact problems that you do. How you get over video game addiction is by taking control of your life. If we take control of our lives, then we just regain that possession and we dictate, yes, I'm going to allow myself to play video games, 2 hours max, cool, and then I'm going to move on. But if we let our addiction take control of our life, then there goes our life. I remember when I tried to quit video games I feel like it was just a few weeks ago. I remember thinking, okay, dude, Richard, stop playing, first of all. Step number 1, uninstall the game, because I know playing it's not going to help me think or give me the opportunity to think about it. So I uninstalled the game. Step number 2 was just let myself feel my emotions. Let myself feel all the pain, all the whatever, depression, just anxiety, whatever it is, of just being confused and lost with my life. Step number 3 was ask yourself, have you had enough of this? Do you want to keep living your life like this, or do you want to move on? I realized in step number 3 that I'm like, dude, no, I want to move on. I'm done with this. Step number 4 is commitment. Okay, you know what? If I'm done with this, I need to commit to something. And not just say, oh, I'm committed. I had to commit to something, and that commitment was towards my future. What is it that I see with my life? I want to become a motivational speaker. So with me, my commitment was, okay, now let's create a routine. Let's create a weekly routine and a daily routine with that, where every single day I'll plan out what time I'm going to wake up, what time I'm going to start working, and then as a reward, if I complete all my routine stuff, after I'm done with everything, then I will give myself that reward of having the rest of my day free to do whatever I want to. Ever since I've created this routine a week or 2 ago, I've been very on track of it. I've been very in control of my life, to the point where I no longer have a deep desire to play video games right now. I don't have this desire because in the past I was so dependent on playing video games as my escape that now my focus has been shifted to what is it that I want with my life. I want to live my life making a difference in people's lives. So that is the reason why video games isn't my focus. My energy, instead of focusing over here, I'm focused over here, which is the positive energy. In brief summary, how to overcome an addiction is regaining control of your life and not letting our bad habits be in control of us. I think that's the best I could say right now in this short amount of time. But I know there's going to be more questions. So if you have more questions, feel free to drop them down in the comment section below, and let's keep the conversation going, because I know this is like the most requested topic on my channel, and I really want to be of service to you and help you figure out how do you get over that video game addiction, and yeah, just live your life to the fullest. Thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe if you want to follow up and see if I have more upcoming videos about video game addiction. I'll link the other 2 videos somewhere here, so you can watch the other 2. It's a work in progress for me too. It's one step at a time, and I know today I am one step better than I was a few months ago, because I'm constantly working at this. I'm constantly disciplining myself to become a better person, and honestly, you can too. I feel like I grew up with not very much discipline, as much as I wanted to. So I know how it feels for you. Well, F-Man, thank you so much for that question, and I hope you have a great day, and all of you as well. Thank you so much. Peace.